When darkness falls over the island, when loopers lock every door and the demons crawl out of their realms, that's when they arrive. Fortnitemares. And if you don't want to get lost in this realm of terror, you better turn to the best guide in this world of chaos, Punked Side. Because in today's episode, we're diving headfirst into mind-blowing leaks about the final live event, a full load of storyline twists, insane collaborations, and the long-awaited return of Fortnitemares. Just like I predicted, Epic saved all the Halloween decorations for the second-to-last update of the season, and this one completely flipped the island. No joke, the map has changed more in this single update than in the entire season combined. These aren't just small background changes, they're full-on story details that actually matter. The big mystery this time, where did all the bugs go? An entire swarm just vanished overnight, gone like they were never even here. According to the official story, it was the Megazord and the Rangers who wiped them out, with a little help from us, of course. But that raises a real question. Why do we even need the Supernova Academy, Hope, Jones, or any of our usual heroes if Epic can just pull another crossover out of the rift every time things go south? Last time Superman saved the day, now it's the Power Rangers. Still, Epic tried to spin the bug's sudden disappearance into something that actually makes sense. If you talk to Dr. Theodore Fliesby, who's now hanging out at the Academy, he'll tell you the swarm didn't just leave for no reason, they ran from something higher up the food chain. And according to Fliesby, the Onimorphs almost managed to consume Oninoshima completely before something, or someone, made them pack up their bags and head back home. I think it's pretty obvious who we're talking about. The Dark Presence is finally getting ready to make its first move. Even Jones has been hinting at it, and our world-saving team already has a plan. The idea? Infiltrate the Spirit Realm and retrieve the Zero-Point Shard hidden deep inside the Labs of Darkness. But here's the thing. I'm almost 99% sure it's not going to go as planned. Something tells me the Dark Presence isn't who we thought it was all this time. And yeah, this is all building up to the final live event of the season. No confirmed date just yet, but you already know the second it drops, you'll hear it right here on my channel. So yeah, by the end of the season, an entire biome is gone. And not just some random one, the main zone, tied directly to the island's biggest enemies. The bugs? Officially history. The hive's gone, leaving behind nothing but wreckage and memories. And if you thought Doctor Doom's storyline flop back in Chapter 5, Season 4 was bad, well, we might just have a new contender for that title. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll talk later about how OXR actually managed to defeat the swarm and what's next for the island. The first thing you notice right from the battle bus, though, is that massive concert stage floating about 5 kilometers away from the island. It's tied to the brand new collab with K-pop Demon Hunters, and honestly, the vibe is unreal. You can't reach it from Battle Royale yet, but it's a cool Easter egg that sets the tone for Fortnitemares this year. Another new detail is the crashed private jet belonging to the Huntrix, located right by the OXR HQ. Stop by there for a quick 10 grand XP, and yeah, it's worth the trip. But now, grab a tissue, because what comes next is one of the most heartfelt stories Fortnite has ever told. If you head west of Foxy Floodgate, you'll find a small statue of a roly-poly named Olive. And no, that's not a random prop, it's based on a real player story. A month ago, one of the loopers on Reddit shared how his little sister Olive passed away in April. On her 15th birthday, he logged into Fortnite and noticed a roly-poly with her name on it. He played the entire match with it by his side, and for the first time that day, he won. He said it felt like a sign from her, a little bit of luck from beyond. Epic saw the post, and they decided to immortalize that moment by adding Olive's statue to the game. It's a beautiful reminder that sometimes Fortnite isn't just about battles, memes, or updates, it's about real people and real stories that touch the community. So yeah, if someone ever tells you that's just a roly-poly statue, you can tell them the truth. Because moments like these, they're rare. And they're exactly what make Fortnite special. So yeah, big respect to Epic for this one. Seriously. The biggest changes hit the north and center of the island, right where the hive used to be. Now there's no trace left of that creepy bug ecosystem. The flora, the cocoons, the weird sounds, all gone. Only a few scattered eggs remain here and there. Like leftovers the swarm forgot to pack up before leaving. The whole area has transformed into a bright, peaceful meadow, basically a vacation zone. The hive's old spot is now a clean lake, complete with a chill rest area and even a little souvenir shop where you can buy bug-themed merch. Guess that's for the real die-hard fans of the Hive aesthetic. Right nearby, you'll spot the floating energy sphere from Utopia City, the one the bugs stole a few weeks back. It's finally back where it belongs, and right in the middle of the lake stands a massive Megazord sword monument, a symbol of victory that played a huge part in wiping out the swarm once and for all. There's also construction gear everywhere, clearing the rubble, fixing the roads, and even putting back that weird bird mascot the bugs kidnapped earlier this season. Yeah, remember that one. They literally worshipped it like some kind of god. Well, order's been restored, though they had to tear down a backup gas station to make it happen. One more thing, that chopped off tentacle from the Spirit Realm beast. It's gone too. Either tossed in the junk pile or dragged back by the bugs before they fled. But considering how long it was roasting under the island's sun, let's be real, it probably just rotted away. Now all that's left of it is a tiny piece of sashimi Hope and Jones decided to keep at the academy, probably as a reminder of everything that went down. And man, the recovery speed on this island is insane. In just a couple of weeks, OXR and the Loopers have managed to rebuild almost half the map. That's faster than any Fortnite update we've had all season. Overall, Oninoshima feels brand new now. Even the Supernova Academy got a makeover. They planted fresh bushes and trees all around. But the biggest change? The new dreamy domain that replaced the demon's domain. Honestly, the whole area gives me major Night Shift Forest vibes from Season 1. Purple trees, pink flowers, that mysterious energy all over the place. Hard to say yet if there's some deeper meaning behind it. Remember, the Night Shift Forest was tightly linked to the 0 point, which is why everything there had that purple glow and those pink flowers. You could literally see the epicenter's traces all across the map. But with the dreamy domain, it's probably a different story. According to one theory, it could be demon energy slowly leaking onto the island. Makes sense, since this is the exact spot where Daigo summoned the Kraken. Anyway, we'll see how it plays out. If you, like me, weren't really feeling the map changes at the start of the season, trust me, go run around the island now. It actually looks pretty fire. And while the Nightmares in Chapter 6 Battle Royale are just getting started, over in the OG mode, things have already gone full-on chaos. But the most mysterious part of this new season isn't even the weird stuff. It's the fact that around every single rune left by the cube last season, new rifts have appeared. And judging by the look of it, something's definitely about to come through them. Remember back in the day, we saw the same kind of rifts over Tomato Head and Durburger right before they vanished, or when random stuff from other realities started dropping into the map at the end of Chapter 1 Season 4? Yeah, this feels exactly like that. So maybe that color change of the cube wasn't just for show. Epic's clearly cooking something. This storyline's been brewing ever since the Red Butterfly and that first Rift event. We'll find out way more about what's going down on the Chapter 1 island next week, so make sure you've got notifications on. For now, just sit back and enjoy watching the floating cube island drift across the map. Kinda beautiful, kinda terrifying. If you thought the Huntrix girls came to Oninoshima just for another world tour, think again. The group is holding up a magical barrier known as the Han Moon, powered by their performances. The energy of their music and the collective spirit of loopers fuel the seal that keeps most demons locked outside our world. And who knows, maybe those creatures really are breaking through straight from the spirit realm. So yeah, the girls didn't just arrive to perform, they came to protect us from the demons that dwell in the demon realm, serving their king, Guima. These creatures travel through the cracks in the Han Moon, stealing loopers' souls and delivering them to Guima, hoping to make him strong enough to finally enter our world. And if you've looked up at the sky lately, you might have noticed all those glowing trails shooting toward the big bad, that fiery light sitting far beyond the island. Those falling stars might look beautiful at first, but they're not stars at all. They're the souls of fallen loopers, drawn into the sky and feeding Guima's power. The event also comes with a special limited time mode, available until November 1st. It's technically a reworked Horde Rush, but it feels completely different this time. The girls' presence in every match gives it real PvE energy, like you're fighting side by side with the demon hunters themselves. So yeah, the K-pop demon hunters aren't here for clout or likes. Their real mission is to push the Han Moon barrier to its gold stage, sealing our world off from the demons once and for all. But until that global seal is complete, they've got to hold the line locally. building a stable barrier over Oninoshima to keep the demons from slipping through during events and into weak spots across the island. So no, Huntrix isn't about hype. Their arrival, their fight, even their music, it's all part of the defense. Sure, it might boost Fortnite's spotlight for a minute, but the real goal is clear. Raise the Golden Honmoon above Oninoshima and finally shut the gates to the Spirit Realm. Whether they can pull it off or not, we'll find out before this season ends. Meanwhile, the rest of the island is buzzing with life again. The OXR even opened a kind of museum. You can stop by, grab some souvenirs, and check out a few pretty wild displays. There are relics from the infestation, and right in the center, the Megazord sword itself, standing as a trophy of victory and a reminder that the island survived. Kinda gives off Victory Hall vibes, not gonna lie. As for the old demon domain, or what's left of it, the place has been reborn as Dreamy Domain. The giant tentacles are gone, the skies are clear, and the area's taken on this peaceful, overgrown dojo aesthetic, like something straight out of the early days of Chapter 6. Honestly, it's one of the nicest spots to chill now. Fun little detail too. If you emote while capturing the flag there, the process actually goes faster. Small touch, but it hits. But the real question is, are the bugs really gone? Or is something still crawling beneath the surface? It's kinda weird, right? One random update and boom, all the bugs are just gone. No trace, no fight, nothing. But if you talk to Dr. Theodore Fliesby, he'll drop something real interesting. He basically hints that the insects didn't just vanish, they left. And not because they lost, but because something far worse is coming. He says the bugs were feeding off reality itself, and if they suddenly ran, it's because they were afraid of what's next. Yeah, let that sink in. Something's coming, something even more dangerous than the infestation we just survived. Hope's been saying that OXR is already working on the next phase, rebuilding, preparing, talking about these supernovas, and a new academy. Jones, on the other hand, reminds us of the bigger picture. Sure, the bugs are gone, but the dark presence is still out there, and it's got a fragment of the 0 point, which means the final event of this season won't be about insects at all. It's going to take us straight into the spirit realm, where we'll finally face the dark presence head on. And here's the real twist. I don't think this thing is just a bunch of tentacles. The name that's been echoing from portals and corrupted masks all seasons wasn't random. One name keeps coming up, Asmodeus. I'm convinced he's the true ruler of the spirit realm, the real face behind the darkness. If that's true, then everything's leading to one final showdown. The K-pop demon hunters will join us for the battle. The barrier between worlds will collapse, and together we'll fight to defend Oninoshima one last time before moving on to recover the remaining 0 point shards scattered across the multiverse. That's my theory for now, but what about you? What do you think the final event will bring? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this might just be the end of Chapter 6, and the start of something even bigger. And what's a new update without new skins, right? This time we got a whole bunch of them. But keep in mind, this is only the first wave of the Fortnitemares update. So yeah, you might want to start saving those V-Bucks now. Here's an early look at every skin that dropped with this patch, and trust me, some of them are straight fire. as is tradition, Fortnitemares isn't just about spooky bosses and battle royale chaos. It's about fun gameplay features too. Here's some Demon Rush gameplay. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.